Hello and welcome.
Hello.
Hello.
Sorry, I completely and welcome to another commentary.
Yes, another season 65 A Division commentary at that,
Yes,
featuring
our specialty.
featuring yurikamome and BitterWurmcoil.
It's the last game of the last match of the season for both of them. Utica is currently in the top spot of the division, and BitterWurmcoil is in 5th. So BitterWurmcoil wants to score at least 4 points, or like 3.5, in order to avoid demotion.
I assume that BitterWurmcoil is chasing Akuchi for fourth place.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
okay.
correct. Oh no, wait. Aku has to. Oh yeah. No, wait. Aku's not done yet. I can do math. I can
Wait,
do that.
he isn't? I thought he
No.
played his
He
last
has.
match like yesterday or the day before.
Oh
Do
no,
you
at
not?
least. Well, it's not in the. No, he only played 3 games against Cyrus.
Oh, really? Oh, no.
So ideally, Wormcoil wants to just 6-0 Utica.
Well, yeah, of course, but I didn't. Okay, I didn't realize that they didn't play a full match. Oh no, that doesn't sound good.
Yeah. And Utica basically has secured the championship match because no one can catch them. But now I guess it's about, I don't actually know, you probably know. What is they played 4-5, 1-5 against Mexinic. Is that how you determine what their goal is for the championship
No, it's
match?
the total
No.
standings. That would
Okay.
matter
I
if
see.
you combine the results of the championship match and the rest of the season, and they ended up in a tie. Then you, in that case, Yuriko would win on the tiebreaker. But yeah, what matters is the aggregate of
All
all
right.
the matches.
So they are currently at 16.5 points, and Mick is at 20.5 points. So ideally, they want to score at least 4 points so they can. Yeah.
Well,
So
I mean,
they
at least
can like.
ideally they want to score as many as possible, so that
Yeah.
like the more that they score, the less that they need to win in the championship. Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Both players would like to win all the games. Amazing.
Correctly. Correct. Yeah. All right. Okay. I believe we have a board.
We do.
I believe it is turn 3.
It is. And so both players opened Grotto, but Yuriko went with Sacrifice and BitterWurmcoil went with Improve. I think that's interesting. I'm not really sure I understand the Improve opening here.
Hmm. Maybe she just wanted to take an extra step between the sacrifice and the improve.
Sure. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I was trying to think like what would you do here with Improve that makes you like particularly want to open it? And I mean, as it happens, she bottom decked it, so like if she buys a sacrifice here, it's kind of like, well, whatever. Oh no, wait, she played a grotto. Never mind. She's gonna see those cards.
Shahozad just saw your question in the chat. So Akuchi and Sarask only played half a match, so they have to play the rest of the other 3 games.
BitterWurmcoil goes for Pirate here and Caravan, whereas Eureka grabs a Cursed Village. So I think we are seeing the players go for some fairly different strategies here,
which is always fun.
Yeah. So because there is draw to X and draw to X enablement. I mean, it's potentially a little bit awkward. Like Grotto is both good and bad for it, right? Like you can remove cards from your hand that you don't want, but then the next turn that increases your hand size, which is like good in general, but isn't necessarily super synergistic with Cursed Village, especially. Hunting Lodge is a little bit better there if you need to just chuck the hand you can.
How is it not synergistic with Cursed Village? If you
Because
draw
if you
Cursed Village in your open, like in your hand?
yeah, and then you have
Or
like the
okay.
Cursed Village isn't going to draw any cards because you already like drew a bunch with Grotto. I mean, if you find
But
another
like
Grotto, you can potentially set aside those cards.
yeah.
But if you don't, and even if you do, the Grotto isn't reducing your hand size as much as it would be if you hadn't Grottoed the previous turn.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like it's synergistic enough. Like it's still gonna reduce your hand size enough for the Cursed Village to matter. Like to draw. Does it not? Maybe you just have to make sure that you have enough grottos. What else would you do here if you didn't play Cursed Village? Would
Well,
you
I think
just
that's
ignore Cursed Village?
yeah, I think that's what BitterWurmcoil is going to try to show us.
Hmm.
Um, Grabbing the early pirate. Although now Eureka is going for pirate, so maybe these decks aren't going to be as different as I thought. I mean, to be fair, there's not like a whole lot of payload here, like outside of pirate. It's like the payload for the draw to X deck is like yeah. I mean, what is it? I don't know. Improve, I guess. Um, so yeah, it's pretty limited. You can get plus buy with Hamlet, but the money is like I don't know. I mean, one thing you can do is you can try to punish the lack of sacrifice with Snake Witch. That's pretty slow, but it is at least inexpensive to keep buying the Snake Witches.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like the Cursed Village makes sense. I'm like, look at this. Doesn't this make sense? Like you draw up your cards and you're happy. You draw your deck.
I
No.
guess I don't know.
Hmm.
We I'm not sure. Like in the short run, I think the Curse Village it, is good. Like it's doing work right now. In the long run, I'm not sure where the deck goes. A lot of times, building for the short run makes more sense, and so I'm not necessarily saying don't get the Curse Village, but what I am saying is like this. It's going to be an awkward build. It's like if you're playing with Pirate and you're getting you're practicing your pirate and
Ooh.
getting some golds. Like that's not really what Cursed Village wants to be doing.
The pirate is practicing to become an even better pirate. The best
Indeed.
pirate.
I mean, I would still rather be the player that like gets to play with sacrifice altogether.
Is the improve gone already? Yes. Okay. What did we improve into? The caravan?
Yeah, I think so. That was on like turn 4.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not really sure why, like, what the motivation was behind that. Like, if you wanted a caravan, you could have just opened it. Maybe it's just like, oh, I want to hit 5 for pirate, and then I don't want the improve anymore. Maybe that was the reasoning.
Maybe. So BitterWurmcoil gets a cursed village of her own now. To
Yeah,
get in on the cursed village fun.
but still no sacrifice. Which so I think that's not going to work super well without sacrifice. I don't think Grotto by
Mhm.
itself is gonna do enough. Like on a board that's relatively weak like this, it's actually relatively impactful to be able to sacrifice estates and gain VP off of that.
Mhm. Oh, interesting. Why didn't we draw? Because we didn't want to top deck coppers.
You're wondering why not Grotto more cards?
No. Why play Grotto before Cursed Village?
Um,
Mm.
well,
I mean, it's kind of it's sort of this the same question,
yeah,
but like from the other. Okay. So Utica is going this province thing.
yeah. It's almost like the Eureka is trying to demonstrate that um the thinning approach just does the the money, like the pirate money thing, better than than not doing that, right? Like ultimately, I assume BitterWurmcoil's goal here is not. It's not like BitterWurmcoil's like, oh, I'm building to double province or something. I would assume,
Mhm.
but yeah, like Eureka is just like has gotten there faster with um power thinning. So
Yeah. I never like I also I mean I don't know if that's why but a Wormcoil skipped sacrifice here, but I often find myself thinking, oh well with Grotto I don't need to trash because then I won't have stuff to set aside with my Grotto.
yeah, I wouldn't. I don't think that's necessarily the right way to think about it in general. Um,
Mm.
on this board in particular, um, I definitely don't think it is. Um, I mean, it does depend, and like I definitely think there can be cases where you don't want to trash all of your starting cards because you want some stuff to set aside with Grotto because it helps so much with reliability. But um, using Grotto as a way to not trash at all, I think, um, should be relatively uncommon. It depends a lot, of course, on and like sacrifice is definitely not like the strongest of trashers. So the argument there like is better than if it was like obviously if it was like chapel or something, you wouldn't be like, oh, let me skip chapel because of grotto like nearly as often as you might with sacrifice. But even sacrifice I think is doing enough work most of the time probably.
Mm.
So Bitterworm Coil can pick up a province here, but will she?
Well, Eureka does not have a Grotto coming into play.
Yeah. Yeah, Yurika opted
Um,
to take a province over playing Grotto, essentially.
yeah.
I'm not entirely certain that like it had to be one or the other. I didn't see how many cards Yurika had discarded and whether they could have like uh played um like just basically played in a different order and then like drawn up and then set aside. They saw the grotto. They did play the Cursed Village after that.
Interesting. 2 improves and Caravan. Well,
Yeah, okay, so their Wormcoil must be thinking like I need to be able to hit double province here. Like that's the only way that I like threaten to win.
mhm.
Although I'm still not sure. Yeah, I mean Caravan is draw that will allow you to get like a bunch of gold into your hand in theory. It's not very efficient at doing that.
So this could be double province at the price of not grottoing, which she doesn't
Yeah,
agree with.
I was
So.
gonna say I would not expect that.
Mhm.
I wonder if the improve is just getting turned into another caravan.
Maybe the caravan turns into a 5. Or the grotto turns into an improve.
Double duchy already. I'd feel like that's not. I mean, so I mean, I don't think BitterWurmcoil really is winning this game either way, but I don't think double duchy is
The way.
the way. Yeah, you need like you need to be able to outpace your opponent's scoring in order to catch up. Double duchy doesn't do that, right? Like it's the same points as province, and it's worse for your deck than a province is. Like you either need to be shooting for at least double province. I mean, maybe province duchy per turn would be enough. Probably not. It does depend on how consistent Eureka is, but double duchy, yeah, that just looks bad to me.
Mm-hmm. Could discard the grotto here. I don't
Why?
know if we need to bias. Do we not want one grotto per turn?
I think we do. That's why I wouldn't discard it.
But we already played a grotto. We already set aside.
Oh. Uh, yeah, okay, fair
I mean, I
enough.
don't know if we need to bias here, but maybe.
Well, yeah, it probably doesn't matter too much, but I think actually getting an extra buy here and then going like practice pirate and then buying, I don't know, a
Oh,
caravan
right.
or something, well, would be reasonable.
Practice, practice, practice. Maybe Yuri actually wants to play the grotto.
It's possible. I mean, I wouldn't mind having more grottos either, so like picking up a third grotto here and playing this one, although if I were going to do that, I wouldn't have necessarily wanted to discard the estate, but
Hmm.
okay, so we do get the practice and the caravan. Ah,
Ah. Ooh. Orevsky.
yeah. Well, you can play. Oh, but no plus buy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Gotta get a
I'm guessing.
province.
Yeah, I was gonna say that BitterWurmcoil will just take the province here.
Yeah. Yuri should be able to double here.
Uh, how do you figure?
Draw more gold.
But do they have like they just discarded gold in two provinces? What are the? I don't think they have any more gold in those next two cards. I think that's just green.
Then they have to draw that up and then sacrifice the copper. Easy.
I
Super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
Well, technically, they don't need to sacrifice the copper, right? Like, if they have 5 golds and a copper, that's double province. But I just think that the odds of being able to do that probably not great. But I mean, if you
Fine.
grotto like. Okay, I guess this must have been like they meant to discard for or wanted to discard for buy and didn't. But yeah, if you so you have to discard for buy, and then you want to grotto as much as possible, but you can't grotto any of the treasures. You could grotto the sacrifice, but even so, like you're only drawing 2 cards off of Cursed Village if you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it realistically can happen. Getting the estate out of the deck is nice, though.
Did BitterWurmcoil bottom deck her grotto? Unfortunately. Oh!
1 coin short.
Yeah.
I mean,
Very close.
it's not like BitterWurmcoil has a response to Province Duchy.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't really matter too much.
It
But
does not. Yeah.
perfect. Exact damage. Yeah, I feel like that was just kind of a referendum on sacrifice, and it passed the test.
Mm-hmm. All right, first game goes to Yuri.
Yeah, starting card's bad. Confirmed.
Mm-hmm. Yuri has to click on a button.
That doesn't normally happen in Dominion matches.
Clicking buttons.
Yeah, and not to my
I mean,
knowledge.
that's probably why they haven't done it yet.
Yeah, I think so. It's out
Mm-hmm.
of the ordinary.
Yeah. Well, does that mean it's time for a song?
Maybe, but you know, it won't be able to. We won't be able to coordinate very well with that, probably.
That's true. Unfortunate.
Yeah.
Are you excited for the DOC draw later today?
Uh, not.
Nope.
Not really. I mean,
Fine.
yeah. I mean, I'm sure it will be fun to play in the tournament,
Momentous.
but the draw part is like, okay. Well, I don't know.
I always like to see what the mapping is. Like what the paths are, potential paths. Are we still like is this a server thing right now? Or
I don't know. I don't think so.
what is happening?
They're both still here at the table. Yeah, I guess part of the reason I feel like I can't say yes is because there have been 2 different times where something's been posted in the Shuffle It server, and I've been like, oh, wait, was that the draw thing? Oh, no. I guess not. Something else. Okay. So it's like I didn't remember when it was supposed to happen. Therefore,
I
logically,
refreshed
I couldn't be
and
that excited about it. Did something happen?
now I don't know. I refreshed. Don't refresh. It said server connection something, and then it says reconnecting, and then not be established.
Uh-oh.
And I can do cancel and resign.
Did you do that?
I didn't. Maybe I should. Okay, I did it, and I'm back at the table. And now Yuri is ready, and BitterWurmcoil is not. Is that what you see as well?
No, I see neither of them ready. So
Okay, I see Yurika is ready.
I guess if you see the game start, then I will refresh.
All right, I will keep you updated.
Maybe I should just do it anyway. I don't know.
Risky.
It does seem risky. It seems like risky business any which way. Oh.
Did you do it?
No, Stranger Sun said I see neither ready too, which
I think you're on an old server because I did not see that message.
oh, but now BitterWurmcoil is the only one here.
Oh no!
What
No
happens if I just
friends online.
leave the
No.
table? I get an
Oh, I
internal
think.
error. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. There's something wrong with my thing too.
But
Well, this might
if I go to the
be
other
a very
server,
short
you aren't
commentary.
there.
What do you mean the other server?
If I click the other server button, so it's like
There's another server
yeah
button.
on the homepage. All right, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna refresh.
I don't understand. Oh, yeah. Okay. What? Oh, I'm so confused. Now BitterWurmcoil is here at an empty table. Is that what you see?
I now see that. Yes. This
Okay.
is all very confusing.
It is very confusing indeed. Okay, so now we're waiting for Yuri.
Is there any discussion about this in Discord?
Who can say? Not me.
Maybe somebody in the Shuffle It channel is suggesting maybe this will fix itself in a minute when the server switchover happens. One can only
No,
hope.
it is empty. It's true. I'm gonna leave this as well. Yeah, Yuri. Now they're at a new table.
Okay. And I have joined.
Hello.
Hello. And
Hello.
welcome.
All right. Yes.
First.
Here we go. We can see spec chat, I think.
Yep. Oh. Wait. You meant they could see spec chat. That's not the case it wasn't the case according to my.
Oh, it wasn't?
No. I mean, but BitterWurmcoil seems to think it was, so who knows? Everything
Wait,
is
are
fine,
you...
I'm sure.
oh no.
Successfully connected to the
Successfully
new
connected to
server.
the new server.
Everything's fine,
Okay.
right?
We're
There's
there.
nothing,
We're
there's no
there.
cause for alarm.
But it says message. Oh yeah, no, okay, that's great. Okay, we're good. All right. There's a board.
There's no need to panic.
There's always need to panic. But we can panic in an orderly and quiet fashion.
What? Can we? Isn't that antithetical to panicking?
I think there is cause to panic because there are no Rising Sun cards in this kingdom, and I oppose that
Wasn't that
with
also
all of
true
my
last
heart.
time?
No, there was practice.
Oh, well, okay, that's not a card, but sure. Card-shaped object. No Rising Sun card-shaped objects.
Feeling pedantic today.
No, I'm just like, that's literally what I was thinking of. Like, you said cards, and I was like, wait, what cards were in the last one? I feel like I would have noticed.
Oh,
all right, it's true. We can't panic. We're not allowed to here. We can only delay or train.
We can only delay. That is
panic.
fine. I can delay talking about this kingdom for a while.
No. All right. So
challenge accepted.
both players have a 3/4 and are able to open Fisherman Spice Merchant, which is.
How do you feel about the
nice.
color distribution in the lock, like between the players? Do you think it's okay that player 1 is always red and player 2 is always blue?
Yes, I think that's okay.
Wouldn't it be better? I don't even know what colors 5 and 6 are, but do you think one of those colors is purple?
I have no idea. When it got up to 6 colors, it seems likely, but like that you get the 6 primary and 6 secondary, but I don't know. I like that. I like the turn 3 there from BitterWurmcoil to hit Old Witch with the delayed fisherman, and also you can pick up a fisherman. Although the funny thing is, she didn't even seem to notice initially that it would allow her to get another fisherman. She just took a border guard and was like, "Oh wait, no, sorry, I can get another fisherman."
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, no estate
Sorry,
trashing here.
I've been delaying, so I haven't paid attention.
Just like BitterWurmcoil, except I think BitterWurmcoil is paying attention, some attention at least. But yeah,
What?
see, you
No way.
so there's no estate trashing here. The only curse trashing is the Old Witch reaction. So,
Mm-hmm.
gonna be like potentially a little bit awkward, but not too bad. There's still plenty of draw and actions with city. Um, the you can also get like a fair amount of money between like fishermen and training, um, without necessarily needing a bunch of treasures. I guess another thing to consider maybe at some point is that you can like top deck a curse with a pilgrim and then use that to trash. I don't know if anybody will
Mm-hmm.
actually do that, but it's an interesting thought.
Well, no one has acquired a pilgrim yet.
Not yet, no. I wonder if is like, yeah, I mean, you would obviously in general rather top deck a good card, but like it's just interesting to consider like and especially like if you're not either fully drawing your deck or you don't have any like slack in drawing your deck anyway and you're playing with a pilgrim, then top decking a curse like might be the best thing that you can do. Anyway, so we get trained fishermen. Yeah, I was wondering about training there.
Mm-hmm.
The oh, go ahead.
I was just because Iris was asking in chat. I don't think the demotion is guaranteed yet, just because Akuchi and Iris still have to play 3 more games. Which, if Aku loses those 3 games and BitterWurmcoil wins 4 games here, then she stays in A. She doesn't demote. Aku will demote. So it's a little bit up in the air. It's in general, it's good for BitterWurmcoil to win as many games as possible.
Yeah. So one thing about the training choice there is like, yeah, I think it might have made more sense to take a second city first because
Mm-hmm.
yeah, now you've got this. I mean, granted, she didn't see the spice merchant anyway, but she didn't have any plus buy. Um, this is just a rough turn for BitterWurmcoil. But yeah, the lack of plus buy means like that the training isn't like is impactful. Well, I
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't say she didn't have any plus buy, but she didn't have enough actions to play her old witches and then play spice merchant for plus buy. To be more precise.
Mm-hmm. All right, so city first stage is activated.
Yeah, curses will do that, and
Yeah,
kind of
and
eliminates the
fishermen are
city
pretty
dancing thing.
low. Mm-hmm.
The maybe more interesting question is going to be the second level activation, which is going to give buys, right? And like right now, the only source of plus buy is Spice Merchant, which is very limited. Both just because it's like only the one buy, and also because it's like dependent on actually having a treasure in your deck, which they are running low on at this point. They have trashed 9 coppers, so out of 14. It's like over time, you could run out, and if you have to buy copper to keep doing it, then you're not actually getting anywhere. So, like, it may be in somebody's interests to activate the second level of the cities. But then again, it may not because it's going to be hard to do that without doing it for your opponent first and having them get more value out of it. So,
Mm-hmm.
could be a tricky dance here.
Yep. Yep, for sure. So Yuri still has 1 curse. And BitterWurmcoil looking to maybe trashing some. some of hers.
So BitterWurmcoil just takes double city, which is like at this point you don't
Oh.
like even need the extra actions
Yuri had the same.
or draw.
Yuri had the same a mirror dot a couple turns later.
Yeah.
Although, oh yeah, they delayed too. All right. So
Now just 9 coins for BitterWurmcoil. Like we're slowly
yeah,
ticking down
I'm kind of running
towards
out of money.
having nothing but the
Yeah.
fisherman, the trained fisherman.
Wow.
Only.
Shouldn't you gain the fisherman first?
Yes, if assuming that's what you're going to do. I mean, you could argue for like gold fisherman or something.
I think I like that better than more cities. I don't know. I mean, it's true. Like she has a
Sorry, I should say fisherman gold, but
Duddy deck. Oh, did you? Oh yeah. Okay.
I mean, fisherman adds 2 coins, so had 9, lost 1, down to 8, had 2, back up to 10. They each have 1 copper left now, in addition to the 2 curses for BitterWurmcoil and 1 for Yuri.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, really getting down to the wire here.
Mm-hmm.
Very similar decks, although BitterWurmcoil does have more cities. The problem is that, like, even though BitterWurmcoil gets more value out of turning cities on, it's still the case that, like, piles are so low that, like, you as BitterWurmcoil, you can't really afford to do it.
No, no, that's super, super duper risky.
On the other hand, Yuri is not provincing this turn, and so BitterWurmcoil is going to be able to get tempo on scoring with a better
Oh,
deck. Well, okay, Yuri does take
well,
a duchy, but
yeah.
BitterWurmcoil can take a province and still have the tempo advantage there. Um, I mean, it's not like as much better of a deck right now as it will be if and when she can like get another couple curse trashes in, but
What's that last card? Is that a fisherman?
it should be. I believe they both have 4, yeah. So I would want to play the old witch here. I mean, the odds that I guess it depends on what your plan is. Like, if you're just going to buy province, well, you
Mm,
could buy
mhm.
province copper, right? Like, if all you're trying to do is get the money. Okay, but she does play the old witch. Now here you could just not trash the copper and buy a province.
Mhm. You could also trash the copper by fisherman province.
Yes, then you don't have any plus buy in your deck.
True.
Okay, so Bitter Wormcoil starts with Curse in hand, which is actually quite good.
Mhm. Mhm. Some other decks are very similar, other than BitterWurmcoil having 2 more cities.
2 more cities and obviously the province instead of a duchy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this should be like if we just stick with this status quo, it should be to Bitter Wormcoil's advantage. I'm not really sure what Yuri can do to like disrupt that. I mean, Yuri can just like right now, if they were to each buy a province every turn, like Yuri would like get the last province and win. Obviously, that just means that at some point BitterWurmcoil would buy a duchy instead. But the point is, like, Yuri could just be like, screw it, I'm just gonna like go ahead and green, and then at some point, like, our decks are gonna fail to draw, and then maybe the difference at that point in our decks, like, consistency is going to be less impactful than it is now. And at that point, maybe it's like, yeah, I don't know. You're gonna miss province and then maybe react to that rather than like trying to plan around the very end of the game. But I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, BitterWurmcoil has the better deck for that, right? Because she has
Yes, I mean
more cities.
you can just play for, basically what I'm saying is you can just play for variance though, potentially, and just be like, I'm just gonna province, like, we'll see how long my deck holds up, and when it doesn't, then I'll deal with the problem. I don't know if that's correct. I'm just saying that's it's an option. It looks like Yuri isn't like super confident in their approach here, because they've stopped and thought about it each turn, which I don't blame them for. Like, I wouldn't know what to do here either. So what are those two cards? Like, one of them is a province,
and the other is a fisherman.
Yeah, okay. So you just continue on. So all the curses are now in the trash. This might be the turn where you could just whiffs.
Yeah. We will see.
Oh, maybe not.
Saved.
Okay. So now BitterWurmcoil will presumably take a duchy. From BitterWurmcoil's perspective, double duchy.
Double duchy, but that seems
I don't think so. I don't think you double duchy. That's no, I would not
give up your plus buy.
Yeah, I would not.
You could stop here by the duchy. You still have two cities. Two cities down there.
Yeah, I like that.
No!
Oh,
wow.
Well, we'll see what she does with the. Yeah, I really don't like that at all.
I mean, Yuri cannot buy province duchy. Yuri can buy province estate.
But Yuri doesn't need to double duchy. Yuri can just buy a duchy. Right?
That's true.
And then if you buy province, then Yuri buys province estate and you lose. I mean, if Yuri draws, but which is not a given. So like you can hope that Yuri does, but I guess I would have rather like waited for Yuri to actually dud before I used up my reach.
So Yuri has to buy duchy here.
If Yuri buys province, you can't buy province because it's a losing tie, but you can buy province estate because like you have plus buy.
Ooh.
Fascinating. I don't agree with either of these choices.
I mean, it looks like it's working out for Yuri, but
I mean, I think it makes more sense for Yuri to respond that way because Yuri is more so on the clock than BitterWurmcoil with respect to like the risk of having a dud. But
and being
and right now, because BitterWurmcoil because BitterWurmcoil is down in points, and like BitterWurmcoil buys a duchy here. If Yuri can still province for 2 more turns, Yuri just wins. It's not clear that that's going to happen, but
so should BitterWurmcoil buy a province?
I don't think so. I think it's better to give yourself as much time for Yuri to dud as possible.
Mm.
Yeah, I guess actually I kind of take it back. I think Yuri's decision to double Dutchy does look pretty good in light of the fact that BitterWurmcoil did it. I think
Mm-hmm.
BitterWurmcoil shouldn't have.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, I just
Well,
I don't know. This
here
like
goes
seems like
nothing.
not taking advantage of.
And that's game. Wow. All
Yeah,
right. Game 2 goes to Yurika, and we're heading into game 3.
indeed. Yeah,
Hopefully.
that just felt like a, to me that felt like a misplay by BitterWurmcoil. Like you have to try to find a way to take advantage of the fact that you have the better deck. And um I mean there's the possibility that you just can't because Yuri just never duds, which Yuri did not dud, in fact.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like
Is it happening
BitterWurmcoil
again?
didn't maximize the amount of time available for that to happen.
Yeah. Is it happening again?
It may well be.
That might make this a little cumbersome.
Yes. Steph did roll out some change, but that was only to like ladder stuff, I think. So I don't know
So
what the
rude.
issue is.
No friends online. Oh. No, it's just BitterWurmcoil as playing and Yurika as at table. But I'm not allowed to join. And now Yurika is spectating, and I'm not allowed to join.
According to my view, you're at the table. And
Well, I
Yuri
was not
was
allowed to
here
join.
and like looked like probably hit play and then disappeared.
Okay, I'm back. BitterWurmcoil is ready, but
Bitter
there's an
Worm
empty
Coil
slot.
is no longer ready or here. This is,
What?
well,
But I can see you at the table
yeah,
and
I don't see the
BitterWurmcoil.
players, so like that doesn't
Wow.
do so much good. I
Cool.
never
Cool,
actually
cool,
added
cool,
them to
cool,
my
cool.
friends list, so wait, what? All right. I am at a table with
Okay.
yurikamome and BitterWurmcoil.
And
Incredible.
me.
Yes, and you,
Wow.
which is really the most important thing.
Yes.
Like it's like we can make this work without the players, but not without the commentators.
No. We are very important.
Very important. Of the utmost importance.
Yes.
Oh
Oh
my
no.
gosh. What is happening?
Oh no. They're both not ready
Yeah.
for me. Um So
Yeah, I don't see either of them being ready.
BitterWurmcoil currently is displayed as playing, and Yurika is displayed as a table player. Oh, there's the other server button.
Yeah.
Ooh. That's the old server.
Yeah.
Haka
It's like
3
it's
is
not
on the old
helpful if
server
you can
right
see
now.
the people that you want to be interacting with. It's not necessarily super helpful, but it's there. And I tried clicking on it. It didn't help.
Okay, so BitterWurmcoil is. Wait, what? I'm not allowed to join.
Will be quite the doozy for stuff. Yes. I don't know if that
Yeah.
stuff is going to watch this recording though. But it is being recorded.
But you said it's gonna be quite the DOC for stuff?
Quite the doozy.
Oh, doozy.
I didn't say that. Stranger Son said that. Stranger Son, aka Dr. Wizdraw. Dr. A. Wizdraw, excuse me.
Draw straw.
Yes. It was really funny when whatever that person is that showed up recently is like, what did you get your PhD in? It's like in draw being draw.
Well, I am not allowed to join the table.
Yeah,
So.
you are here according to me and according to Iris, but not according to yourself, and that probably is more important.
I would think so. Yuri is currently not
Yeah, Yuri just
logged
dipped.
in.
Trying to get this working.
Hmm.
I don't. Well,
Okay.
a better way to this could be reported than the recording would be if the players are recording it, because Strip doesn't even know where she is. Because like I don't know what the players are experiencing or why. Like I just know that they're talking about there being problems, but like I don't know what the problems are. Like I know that they're talking about it, but it's like why can't they play? I don't know. They just can't.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yuri can't
I mean,
join the table, but is able to message that they can't join
I
the
know
table.
where I am. I know that I'm purposefully being kept out
Oh, they probably
from
mean Yuri probably
a
means can't
table.
join the table as a player. All right. Well, we have a new table, and you appear to be at this one too. Oh no, wait, that's the same table. Yeah. If
Yuri
I
should create a table. BitterWurmcoil should just leave her table, and Yurika should uh,
maybe Yuri
create a new
did create a
table.
table and it's on the other server.
Um,
Nope.
nah, it's only Haka 3 on the old server by themselves.
I'm.
Ooh, I'm at a table.
Yeah, and so is Yuri.
Whoa,
Whoa.
we are
Where are we?
here. We are now. We are
Truly one of life's
live.
great mysteries.
And maybe if Yuri. Okay, well, we were close. We were definitely close.
Is Yuri unable to ready up or something?
It looks like it. Yuri says,
This is all
very mysterious.
very mysterious. Oh my gosh. Such fun we're having.
How tired are you?
Right now, I'm all right. This is engaging Dominion content.
Yeah. Well, well, well.
Logging out has helped me when before the switch server button was added, but I don't know if it's relevant here.
Okay. So we're waiting for BitterWurmcoil to log back in,
Maybe.
back in, back
I don't see
in.
that happening.
Join Yurika's table and continue this match.
Like, according to the lobby, BitterWurmcoil's
She's
still
here.
at a table. Oh, but now BitterWurmcoil's here.
She's ready.
Can Yuri not ready at his own table? Ah.
Oh
What?
wow, but now like all the people are listed as unknown. Unknown 104909.
Oh, I don't see that.
Unknown 217835. Stumpf doesn't even know where she is. That's so wrong. I know very well where I am.
Does anyone truly know where they are?
Yes.
Okay. I,
I don't think you wrote it. There's no proof. Unknown 104909 wrote this.
so I guess this is. Oh wait, now Yuri is readied in
Now Yuri
BitterWurmcoil.
is
Is
ready.
the issue that only one of them can ready and that the other one isn't allowed to?
Apparently.
Yeah, maybe.
That's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate. It's hard to start the game if you can't have both players ready.
Mhm.
Remember we were
Mhm.
saying that Yuri needed to press a button? I think maybe
Mhm.
Yuri had actually tried to press the button. We were perhaps not giving Yuri enough credit for their ability at button pressing. I mean, it is a very advanced technique, but Yuri is a A-League player, so I should have believed.
Yeah, I think Yuri has a lot of experience pressing buttons in this context as the defending league champion.
Right,
Two-time league champion.
right.
I believe they have demonstrated their ability
Maybe they. Oh,
to
sorry.
click buttons.
Maybe
Yeah.
they need a countdown. It's like 3, 2, 1, go, and then they both hit ready at the same time.
A countdown that they cannot hear. Yes.
Well, they have to like post it in chat.
Mhm.
I'm sure there will be no latency issues with this.
No, 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 no. Seeing that they're both on the same landmass in the same time zone.
In the same
They're near
house.
each other. In the same house. Next to each other
What you could
at
do
the
is like
same
time it
desk.
against like a clock, like an online like clock service, right? Say like, okay, when
Yeah.
it's whatever. All right. So BitterWurmcoil is now only a spec. But is this good news? Is it bad news? Who can say?
Clear. I have left the table, just FYI.
Okay.
Out of my own volition this time. It's my choice. This is my choice to leave this table.
Make
I
your
couldn't stand it anymore.
Iris says there should be a make your opponent ready button. In this case, what we need is make your opponent the opposing player. Make someone into an opponent button first.
So BitterWurmcoil is now spectating.
Right, right. And so are
No,
you.
she's not at table spec, she's spectating.
Oh. That's interesting.
Yeah, I wonder who she's spectating.
I'm not allowed to join.
Internal error. Yurika is ready.
Oh no, now I'm not allowed to
BitterWurmcoil.
join anything. No.
This is.
Oh, never mind. I'm back and at the same table.
And you are spectating now. Well, how long
Nobody's
do we
online.
want to do this?
I don't know. I mean, I guess we can see how long the players stick with it.
Have you stopped the recording?
No, no.
Would you like to stop the recording?
All right, sure.
I mean, you don't.
Okay, we're back, and there was a longer wait than what the pause in the video might lead you to believe, but we are here, we are back, and we are playing game 3 of this match.
Yeah, I'm gonna post a thing.
Yeah, it's a good idea. I will take a look at the kingdom. So we got some sort of alt trashing stuff. So we got display, so this isn't really trashing and isn't great with coppers. Maelstrom, which is usually awkward for trashing, and then trade, which can turn stuff into silvers. Trade with displace. Oh, Steph says sorry about the past hour.
Don't worry, it's fine.
It's okay, Steph. We still love you.
Yeah, we survived.
Yeah.
You're fine.
Yeah. But yeah, so trade with displace is kind of nice because there's a lot of good fives here. Draw wise, so you can do just like straightforward Lost City stuff. You can do archive stuff, which does help reduce the need to thin. There's also crypt for that. And then there's also minion. And you can potentially do like scepter minion, I guess, which like allows you to like play treasures and then you can scepter a minion and then like draw more treasures. So that's kind of interesting. And then scepter can also be nice with displace, depending on like your plus action situation. So yeah, there's some stuff going on here. There's also craftsman for gaining fives.
I haven't really figured out how good craftsman is yet. Or maybe it's just that I feel like on this board it might not be that great. I don't know.
I think craftsman's pretty good in general, and I think it's good here.
Okay.
They both go for potion. So they're both. Wait, did they both go for potion? Yes. Okay.
Yeah. It's like
I didn't
two potions are gone.
I didn't like misread this, right? Yeah, but
no.
So that does
Two
make some
potions
sense. Familiar like is going to be faster cursing than the thinning here in general. Trade, doesn't actually like thin your deck, of course.
Okay, this is going so fast. Why didn't Yuri play their ally when it was still a shadow card? Okay, anyway, they're playing very fast.
Yeah, I didn't really catch it. Gotta make up for lost time, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so your E's first 5 was a displace, or was it the archive? It was a displace, I think.
Yeah, but Yuri has the archive and BitterWurmcoil does not.
Yeah, but I was gonna say first non-displace 5 is an archive, so that gives us an indication of what direction Yuri wants to go in terms of building here. I think I do like that overall. I think like archive is going to be, I think, better early on here than Lost City and minion. So yeah, I agree with the choice. I would like to play with at least one of those two cards ultimately, but I'm not sure. We'll have to see whether there's time for that.
BitterWurmcoil has so many allies.
Okay, now Yuri picks up a crypt. I was not expecting that. I would have figured another archive. So that's interesting. Yeah, That's a lot of alleys. I don't quite understand the like. Is that just like a I hit 4 over and over thing? I guess it must be.
Well,
Are we
oh,
gonna?
maelstroming?
No, surely not. Okay.
At this stage, that's like just very helpful for your opponent,
Well,
isn't it?
and after discarding an estate, I mean, I know you're only
Mm.
trashing 2 cards. No, no, no,
Mm.
no, 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 no. Surely pick up the familiar here. No, interesting.
Mm.
Huh. Wait, what? Why? Oh, I guess you have enough allies. You weren't worried about getting to 3p. Okay. I was just surprised by like draw
Mm.
a copper, discard copper there, but like I get okay, we keep the estate because we want to displace it, but
But this is awkward now.
yeah, I mean, yeah, now I
Mm.
finally discard the estate after all.
Mm. Pick up the displays.
Yeah, looks like it.
And now sift for estate.
Or silver if Yuri still has one. I guess he doesn't. No.
No.
Yeah, I guess you kind of. I mean, you could get rid of the potion.
You could also display the crypt,
You could, or you
but
just.
you're not.
Uh, I'm a little surprised, actually. I feel like getting rid of the potion would be fine at this point. Like 2 familiars. How many curses is that 1 familiar going to give out? Like, it might give out 2 curses. It might only give out 1. I mean, BitterWurmcoil does have 2 familiars. You already have 2 familiars. There's 6 curses left. No, it's almost certainly not giving out 2 curses. It might not even marginally give out 1, right? Like if you would have given out that last curse anyway. Yeah, I think I would have gotten rid of the potion.
Mm-hmm.
Like it might give
So
out the
number
curse
4.
faster, but I don't know that it's. I guess there's a possibility that like Yuri gives out 3 curses this turn, triggers a shuffle, and then gives out the last curse. But even then, it's like you could have given out 2 curses, trigger the shuffle, and I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, Bitter Wormcoil probably wishes she had 5 right now. I think I would probably. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay, Maelstrom. Yeah, that's reasonable. You get rid of a curse and an estate. I think I would have considered getting a craftsman there, but Maelstrom does make some sense. Okay, surely now you ditch the potion knowing... Oh, wait, no, you have the displace. How do you have the displace again? I guess shuffle was triggered. Okay, fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, Yuri has a lot of cards set aside, or had a lot of
Whoa.
cards set aside. Interesting.
That was a fast resign. Especially for somebody who's like on
Yeah.
the kind of on the chopping block for demotion.
Yeah.
Is demotion guaranteed now with that loss? I think so, right?
I think so, because I think Aku won the match against BitterWurmcoil, but let me check.
Yeah, that's
Yep. Yeah, that's the demotion.
yeah, that's surprising to me. I did not think that game was
Hmm.
over. I mean, I would say Yuri seemed ahead, but
Mm-hmm.
all right. So we've got
Well.
Sewers donate wombo combo here.
Mm-hmm. So make sure to get your sewers
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
We've also got donate, of course, is a great counter attack or counter to the catapult attack, right? They make you discard down, but then you put your entire hand or your entire deck into your hand, and then draw 5 cards, like do your trashing and then draw 5 cards. So you can use donate to get around catapult, so that's good.
Yeah. Do you play with catapult here?
Well, Steph doesn't think so. I wouldn't think so either. I mean, this board is pretty awkward. I think
Seems
like
pretty
what
sad to me.
yeah, what
What do
are
you
you
do
doing
here?
here? Like you want to get like do you I guess if somebody is playing catapult, that's going to make it really hard to do stuff with enlarge, right? I could open trader. Why can't you? Um, I'm just thinking about like, can you do some kind of like fast like province milling thing with enlarge? I don't know. If somebody does play with catapult, I feel like that is going to be
That's gonna be tough.
really
But, like, how
tough.
are you gonna what what's the game plan here? Are you
Yeah, I don't know.
going for a pillage to have some payload to, like, build a thing after donating? Or
But
what
what are you
what
building? Like, there's no plus actions. Yeah, I mean, there's no plus buy, which is like part of the reason I was thinking about enlarge is like it is a source of gains,
Mhm.
but it doesn't play very well in like a money deck. I kind of get the trader. It's like you can trader and donate your coppers, keep estates, and like turn the estates into silvers, and then turn silvers into more silvers and like silver flood. Um,
Mhm. I mean, you have Ghost. Ghost is a village, potentially. But,
uh,
like it's awkward.
BitterWurmcoil's opening is catapult donate. That's pretty wild.
Mm.
Catapult isn't exactly a money making card. I I don't know. I don't really understand the plan here for BitterWurmcoil.
I guess we will see.
Yeah, so Akuchi basically saying the same thing I was saying. It's like if it wasn't for a catapult attack, you could get
Yeah,
you
so
do
you get the
the
ghost.
enlarged money thing, but like so BitterWurmcoil does not take a ghost
Not yet.
and buys and gains a copper. Okay.
Wild.
Well, I no, I don't think I understand it because why did you want to hit 4 here? I mean, I guess it's like so that you can keep attacking while gaining another whatever. I don't know. Isn't the ghost free? I mean, not
Yeah.
exactly because it does take up space in your hand in your deck and you have nothing to ghost initially. But I mean, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't have taken it. I guess what you want to do ideally is be ghosting peddlers, but even doing that is pretty hard. Like it's hard to afford peddler here.
Yeah. Which is why I thought maybe it's easier to, like, gain a pillage first and then have enough money to get that initial peddler.
Yeah,
I don't know.
maybe. So Yuri does take a ghost. Um, and just
I mean,
has
I'm sure
amazing targets
Bitter
for it.
Wormcoil. Surely Bitter Wormcoil is going to gain a ghost eventually too. It's just
That's a possibility.
unclear
Could do it right
when.
here.
Could do it right here. Yuri could get uh, a pillage and ghost it. Wow.
Well, not if Bitter Wormcoil attacks.
True.
Ghosting
But
Pillage would be pretty funny.
will they?
Does Pillage stack? No. Well, not without some kind of hand sizing, like out of turn hand size increase.
Here we go.
Okay, so Tracer says if Bitter Wormcoil ditches the catapult, I suppose you trade to the ghost. And I assume the thought process there is if Bitter Wormcoil is attacking with catapult, you can use that to set up your ghost by discarding the action card that you want to ghost. So you don't need to keep rebuying targets. Yeah, the problem now is like, what are you ghosting as Bitter Wormcoil Trader? No, you have both of your actions in hand.
No, she has an enlarge.
Oh, that's
She'll
right.
ghost the
You can
enlarge.
ghost the enlarge. Oh, great. That's just what I wanted to do. Hooray.
Huzzah.
Is she actually going to do that? Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Here we go.
Incredible. Oh, and Yuri also ghosts an enlarge. This is. This is sure something. This sure is
Mhm.
something. You know what we need is more enlarge. Yes.
Mhm. But a warm coil agrees.
Now, oh, we're enlarging the trader. Huh. Okay, I guess we can rebuy the trader if we want it. Yep, there it is. Why do we want trader? So we can gain silvers, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you can enlarge trader into gold if you want gold. It all makes perfect sense.
Mm-hmm. The perfectest.
All right, Yuri gets the peddler. Yeah, trader
But
into
a worm
gold.
coil
See, there you go.
again a peddler.
And now we could do, yeah, gold into province. Silver into, I don't know. Pillage, sure. Why not?
Yay,
Sadly, Bitter
pillage.
Wormcoil does not have enough money for peddler.
Yeah.
Yay, pillage.
Yay, pillage.
I do not expect this pillage to get played. What?
Maybe she wants a peddler.
But how do
Two
you get a
peddlers.
peddler?
Oh no, one peddler. Well, gold into peddler.
Oh.
No.
I don't think so. Another enlarge. Oh, forget this pillage nonsense. Oh, never mind. Don't forget
No.
this pillage nonsense. I'm very
You
confused.
never forget the pillage nonsense.
I'm very confused right now.
That's okay. That's okay. I'm sure it's all going to make sense in the end.
I am not sure about that at all.
Just
um,
have a little faith, I was gonna say, but trust in the process.
Duchy excessive. Well, yeah. I mean, the there is some value in having excess enlarges because you're not going to be guaranteed to see your enlarge every turn if that's what you want, which you probably do. But beyond that, yeah, I mean, pillage is not realistically doing anything that Duchy wouldn't do because you're never going to play it, probably. I mean, I guess if you whiff on your enlarges, you can play the pillage, but do you even want to? It's not clear. Another peddler into the deck. Look at Yuri go.
Amazing. And a pillage.
Amazing. Indeed. All right, and a peddler for BitterWurmcoil, but it's top decked. We can't ghost it. It's actually not clear to me whether, like, we want to be ghosting the peddlers, like, right now, but Yuri just turns
Oh,
one into a province and ghosts a pillage. Here come the
beautiful.
spoils, doo doo doo. Yeah,
Double
okay, okay.
province for the worm
No ghosting
coil.
peddlers, just turning them into provinces, which makes sense.
Yeah.
If Yuri hadn't had that pillage in the deck, would the ghost have hit an enlarge? I assume so. I guess it could have. Maybe it could have hit that peddler.
Could have hit a peddler.
I guess either way, that probably would have been preferable.
Over the pillage, you mean?
Yeah, I would think so. The spoils are fine enough for buying provinces, but they're not better than like the golds that you're playing with, and they make it harder for you to find your enlarges. So.
Mm-hmm. Um,
This should probably be silver to duchy. If not, then silver to enlarge. And then maybe you buy a cemetery because it's like it's worth points.
yeah. I mean, Eureka knows that bit of worm coil will double province, maybe, or can at least double province next turn.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they don't have that option to take a province anyway, so.
Mm.
Well, they buy a peddler. Well, peddler
Mhm.
can be turned into province, so there's some sense to that.
So realistically,
This is a rough spot for BitterWurmcoil. Like
yeah. Yeah.
having the two provinces in hand is unfortunate. I don't know if that was guaranteed or if that was if there was like a way that that could have not happened. I assume there was, but like if you had something that you could turn into duchy or something that wasn't a gold.
Mhm.
Fairgrounds. How much is fairground? I guess it's worth 2 points right now
2
because
points.
that's yikes.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yep.
I mean,
Rough,
what do you
rough, rough,
expect
rough.
with these decks?
No, yeah. Yeah. Sure.
Doing it again? I don't know what else you do. I mean, yeah, you can take the duchies instead. They're worth more points, but you're still like in a really awkward spot.
Yeah. And you can't trash the province, can you?
No, I province into province doesn't make sense for a bitter worm coil. you are going to take the province, then I'm not sure I understand the fairgrounds. That just puts you a point behind to no real benefit, as
Mm.
far as I can see.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you're not taking any provinces, then I kind of get it. It's like, okay, you can turn the fairgrounds into provinces. But if you're lowering provinces, then yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe there's still a world where it matters that you can turn that fairgrounds into a province.
Oh wow! But BitterWurmcoil can take it here. Amazing.
Yeah.
That worked out.
Wait. Oh, the ghosted enlarge. Right, right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, points on the board for BitterWurmcoil, which doesn't really matter to her right now, but matters to
Matters to Yuri.
the championship match.
Mm-hmm.
Game 5.
But I mean, ideally, as Bitter Wormcoil, you win all of the rest of the games, and then you have like maximum justification for complaining about your bad luck in whatever context that caused you to demote.
Sure. Of course, of course, of course.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, this assumes some things about the outcome of the remaining games between Akuchi and Surisk, so you might still not actually get to that point, but you might.
Yeah. 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 Okay. We have limited trashing, we have draw, we have buys, we have cost reduction, we are rich if we want to, we have loots. There's a lot going on here.
Yeah, the lack of copper trashing is really unfortunate because we've got highway and we've got plus buy, but we don't have like the actions are draw negative in the case of festival, or half draw negative and come with a silver in the case of fishing village, and then the
I mean, you
draw
can just like
is
put in
not.
a lot of flagships and then flagship your highway is easy.
Yeah, I mean, sure, but is that? I mean, is that easier than just having the highways?
Yes, much easier.
If you say so. I mean, so then like Silk Merchant and Vault are only like, only moats, which means that like the net draw is not very much.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have Transmogrify, so you can get rid of the silvers and you can get rid of the estates. It's silvers if you're
Yes,
taking
yes,
fishing
yes, yes.
villages, but you can't like really get rid of the coppers. Only you had some way to play highway before you call Transmogrify.
Uh,
Oh yeah, I mean, like I definitely want to play with Transmogrify. I just wish I could use it to
yeah.
deal with coppers. I mean, the other thing you could do is go fishing for prize goat, but I don't know about that. Like if somebody does that and succeeds, like then props to them. But
It's also mining road looting is nice. But we
that's
will
true. That does make it look a little bit better. The problem is that mining road. Like, are you ever going to buy mining road?
probably not.
Yeah,
No. The flagship has been bought.
yeah. That's. I think that.
Over transmog, I will note.
Yeah, I don't. I don't know how I feel about that. I do want to get rid of those estates. Flagshipping Silk Merchant is certainly not bad, though.
Haven.
Yeah, well, I mean, you don't really want the silvers that come with the fishing village. So,
I guess so.
Haven can also, like, Haven has some synergy with Transmogrify. I mean, BitterWurmcoil doesn't have another one right now, so it didn't so much matter there. But, like, you can, like, Haven the estate for Transmogrify to trash the next turn, that sort of thing.
Ooh, um I have a question about how cards interact. If you have a transmog down and then you play a flagship, in your last turn. And now on your turn, if you call the transmog, does the flagship apply to the
because
transmog?
calling Transmogrify is not playing an action.
Okay.
If you flagship a Transmogrify, all you get from it is +1 action, because it replays the Transmogrify, but the Transmogrify going onto the mat is like not something that can be duplicated. So,
but it's not like, I mean, on the next turn, like you have the flagship in play, and then you
I'm
call
just
the
saying.
transmog. It doesn't go back to.
I'm just saying the only interaction between those two cards is
Oh,
you can
okay,
get
I
+1
see.
action if you flagship the play of the Transmogrify,
Okay.
which is not very exciting.
What?
It could be relevant sometimes, but it's generally not going to be something you're excited about.
Maybe there are people out there who like get very excited about an interaction like that.
I mean, well, I'm sure people would be excited about that if it's like the only village. It's like, okay, can I make this work? I mean, village isn't even the right word for it, because it's not net plus actions, but it's like a way to play multiple terminals on the same turn. It's like you play a bunch of flagships, and then on some turn I play my T-Mog, and now I can play, I don't know, my bridges or whatever. Well, you could just play flagship and then play bridges, so that's a bad example. I don't know. Maybe there's some example where this would matter.
Yeah, okay. Sorry to have brought up an edge case. Okay, so we're going for flagships, we're going for highways. This is to be expected.
Yeah, I mean, I am a little surprised, maybe more than a little surprised, at the lack of plus buy. Oh no, wait, never mind. Silk Merchant. What am I talking about? Okay, sorry. Carry on.
And there it is. That's what I was wondering about. Interesting.
Yeah,
Ooh.
it's more like the actions that are actually like difficult. Like, so this
Flagships
time
with
BitterWurmcoil did take
Silk
a
over the
fishing village.
highway. That's fascinating. I guess it makes sense to have the draw. I haven't kept count of the highway distribution.
BitterWurmcoil certainly has a lot of them now, and will
Well,
have
it has
slightly more
4
a lot of
now.
them by taking the last, or taking one more here, which is what I would do.
But does she have more than 4 now? Or
That
does
I'm not
Yuri have
sure.
4?
Yeah, that I'm not sure. But I would take one more here and make sure. I don't know. I mean, getting as many highways as possible seems good either way.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and Yuri does not have any fishing villages. That's interesting. I did not.
Yeah, right. The action situation for Yuri has been awkward.
Mm-hmm.
Oof. Oh wait, the Haven got flagshipped. Okay.
Yeah. That was okay. All right.
Interesting. Choosing to spend a coffer to buy a Haven there. Is that worthwhile? It could be. Find all the highways.
I'm working on it.
I would just go ahead and play the Haven first there. Oh, no T-Mog. Sad.
Whoa. Why did we play that Silk Merchant?
Well, I mean, you got highways in 5 highways in play. Getting another buy seems pretty good.
Hmm.
Yeah, emptying the Silk Merchants potentially pretty strong. Like, you're gonna get actions for your next turn. You're gonna threaten a pileout. I guess the question is, does Yuri have enough gains to empty? I wouldn't
I don't think so.
think so. Yeah,
And Yuri doesn't have enough highways to be able to afford piling.
I wouldn't. We know BitterWurmcoil has 6? I
6.
assume that last card is not also a highway.
No, it's a copper.
Yeah. Oh, undo. Why? I think this is really that's a really good line. I really like emptying the silk merchants. It's like it just seems super strong. And then wait, so we're not doing anything different?
Well, sometimes you think you made a mistake and then you go back and then...
This could be 5 provinces. But why should it be 5 provinces? Like
Aku
what?
is just being Aku. Aku has to represent.
Well, like I mean, I if it was like 6 or 7 provinces, I think that would seem better to me. I don't like Yuri's not threatening to win. If you empty the silk merchants now, you can just do this next turn, except that you will then win the game like immediately, right? I mean, like maybe there's a maybe. I guess you might be at risk of running out of actions a little bit. You could take like a festival or 2, though.
The thing is, so BitterWurmcoil is not gonna have a flagship coming in next turn.
Yeah.
So there might be problems with draw.
But if you add 5 silk merchants to your deck with 5 villagers, like what are the odds that you're gonna just totally whiff?
No, I mean just the draw.
But you're adding a ton of draw, right? With all the silk merchants?
That is true. That is true. Yeah, I don't know.
I think all the silk merchants in one festival, I think that's great. And then like next turn, you can win the game by emptying flagships, or you can win the game by getting a million zillion points. And I just don't think Yuri has like much of a response to that. I guess Yuri does have 2 flagships in play. Maybe that's the risk that you're running.
Oh,
but Yuri doesn't have any plus action, so you know that Yuri can't kick off with a silk merchant. So like,
but Yuri will have enough plus actions.
Will Yuri have enough plus buy? That's the question.
That's
right?
true.
Like BitterWurmcoil, played.
No, that's true.
Played 3 silk merchants, has bought another 3, so that's 6. There's 2 left
so
in the pile, so that's 8. So Yuri has 2 silk merchants.
Yeah.
You don't know that Yuri doesn't have a silk merchant in hand, but it doesn't really matter because
but
Yuri can't start with. Even
if Yuri had, yeah, like that would still not be enough buys.
Yeah, Yuri only has 3 buys.
Yeah.
Like there's just no way. So like this is just totally safe.
I mean, could have 5, but then like yeah.
I don't think you need the province there.
But it's okay. It's like
it's fine. It's just like
hopefully still going to win. We don't know.
I mean, it is increasing the chances that you dud. That's like the main issue. But
yeah.
I mean, to be fair, like I think the dud risk, like even if you dud, Yuri still isn't really threatening to win. It's just, yeah. I mean, BitterWurmcoil was just in a dominant position, so there's like a lot of paths to victory.
Well, we'll see. Surely you flagship this.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is like a surprisingly bad draw.
It does not surprise me.
It surprises me. You saw 3 silk merchants out of 7?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if this province were another silk merchant, then your turn would continue. I really don't think, like, I would not want to have the 4 to 5 provinces. Like, if I had the 4 to 5 provinces, then like this turn would be much worse, and I'd be like, like I think there would be more. Like then Yuri could have bought a bunch of silk merchants and like. Like there's a potential like comeback that can be mounted there where you dud and like dud for potentially multiple turns and then like Yuri has a big turn. I mean the 5 province line is better than the 4 province line, I think, because if you're gonna do it anyway, you might as well like do it to where like now Yuri has to take like multiple duchies to even be able to tie. But yeah, like I said, if this province was a silk merchant, for all you know, like you like draw most, if not all, of the rest of your deck if that province is a silk merchant. I mean, maybe not, but maybe.
Yeah.
Like you didn't.
Well,
It wasn't like Yuri wasn't ending the game. You didn't need that province. So anyway,
but you get scared.
I would not have been scared in that situation, but it was like once I counted the silk merchants and realized like Yuri has 3 buys and no plus actions like coming in, like no villagers, no fishing village. Like,
Yeah.
no, this is fine.
Yeah, it's interesting that Yuri opted to just like not gain fishing villages at all. I mean, I understand you don't want the silver, but
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I mean, it's an awkward build. Like the lack of copper trashing does make it
Mm.
like a tough board to navigate. I don't know. Maybe it wouldn't be less tough if there was copper trashing, just tough in a different way. But so now, so Yuri does have a T-Mog down. Silk Merchant
Oh,
trash. Interesting. That's one of your
we
3 buys.
gaining a festival? Are we getting a vault?
I don't know.
Are we getting a flagship? Vault it is.
This doesn't seem.
Winning.
Yeah. Well, what would have been winning, but like it doesn't seem good
Mm.
to me. Like
Hmm.
I really need those buys.
Yeah.
Lower piles.
Hmm.
Wow. Okay. So now BitterWurmcoil has plenty of action, so I don't think there's any reason to use the T-Mog here.
Why not T-Mog flagship into flagship?
Oh, that's actually a good point. Yeah, that's true. You should do that.
Yay.
Okay. Now you click on Silk Merchant. Thank you.
We're just questioning all life decisions there for a
So
moment.
I want to see. So BitterWurmcoil do 3 coppers, Silk Merchant flagship after ending the previous turn. So it's possible that she would have just drawn like 2 coppers and the turn would have ended anyway without that province. But
All right, so second win for a bit of a worm coil, and now heading into the last game.
yep. Look at that. We didn't even need to empty provinces. We didn't need provinces at all. Totally
It's
unnecessary.
true. It's true. It's just it was an anxiety province. I
Maybe.
relate.
Maybe. I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily read too much into um or not read too much, but like I wouldn't like necessarily want to read that into to
Yeah.
BitterWurmcoil's behavior. Like I don't know if that's
Oh yeah. No, for sure. I am projecting.
too
All
fast to
right.
play coppers. Yeah. And now BitterWurmcoil was like, wait, maybe I want to open with a 5. Although it's a tough call of like what that 5 should be. Specifically because it's like, do you take Quartermaster or do you do an Infirmary? But yeah, I think Coastal Haven to hit 5 is the way. Unfortunately,
Mhm.
Yuri is burbing, so it's going to be a little
Yeah.
while before we get to find out whether Yuri is okay with the Sun too, which I'm sure they will be. But
I don't know. It's like there was a lot of information. So
so I think Infirmary looks better for Yuri than for BitterWurmcoil, just because, you know, if you buy like a pawn or something, then you might draw it. You might see it with the Infirmary. Although
wait, are you saying you would open infirmary here as Yuri?
I'm saying I would consider it. I think as BitterWurmcoil I would not. I think I would just go with Quartermaster. Because you overpay. Well, you do. Oh wait, yeah, that's right. You do still have the huddle in hand. Okay. Hmm. Because you just draw. You're actually guaranteed to see junks to trash. Okay, so never mind. It's fine. Oh,
What?
but BitterWurmcoil didn't buy anything. Interesting. Why do we not want a pawn? Is it because she was planning to buy Infirmary and made the mistake that I made, and not realizing that you'd have 6 cards, and so you'd be guaranteed to have stuff to trash? I guess it. I mean, it doesn't change the odds that you see your shelters in particular relative to the coppers either. So I guess it
Wait, I
changes
don't
the
I
odds
I
that you
couldn't really
see.
follow you. But like if you want to make sure that you hit 5, surely you don't buy the infirmary?
What?
Or what is your I didn't really follow what you were saying.
No, I'm saying so you save a copper with Coastal Haven, right?
Yeah.
So that you can hit 5 on turn 2.
Yeah.
And with that 5, if you're going to buy Infirmary, you are guaranteed to be able to trash 2 cards that you want to trash, even if you buy a pawn on turn 1, because you already have the hovel in hand, and then you're going to see 2 more cards. So you can't see. You're going to, like, even if you draw a pawn, you trash the hovel, then you draw another card, and you trash that.
Okay. But
But
are we
well, I don't know, but
buying
I'm
an
trying to figure out
infirmary
why.
here? I thought we wanted to hit 5 for a quartermaster.
Well, that's certainly possible, but I don't understand why BitterWurmcoil didn't take a pawn.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Pawn remote surely better than nothing. Yeah, like I think I would go pawn right now if I was going to take the quartermaster, because I like don't want to draw the quartermaster dead or something. Um, if you're going infirmary though, like I can see how like I made the miscalculation of like, oh, maybe pawn is bad because I might end up not being able to trash 2 cards. It's like that's why I'm thinking like maybe BitterWurmcoil made the same mistake, and that's why I shouldn't buy a 2 cost.
Yeah. And maybe this is dawning on her now.
Maybe. Well, I mean, once I saw the hovel in hand, I immediately know I'd made a mistake. So I would assume the same is true for BitterWurmcoil if she made that mistake in the first place, which
Yeah.
she may not have. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
one thing that not buying the pawn does do is it makes it more likely that you see the overgrown estate like
Mm-hmm.
the first of the two cards, or like,
Oh, I like the Skulk.
never mind.
I
I don't
have
know. It doesn't. Yeah. I guess it makes it more likely because you know you're going to see the hovel, and you probably don't care that much about trashing the Acropolis. I don't know. I don't understand. Unless it was
That's
just a mistake.
okay.
Okay. Anyway,
It's
Skulk. I
fine.
don't know. Skulk. The gold might
I
be
can
nice for
explain it all to
hitting
you. That's why we're
cards.
doing this together, right? So that I can tell you about this game.
Okay.
Yay! Skulks, I like it.
Why do you like Skulk?
I don't know. Uh I like an early Skulk, I guess.
Like,
Because it
as in you think it's good, or as in it pleases you?
um I mean I can't like say if it's good or not. It pleases me.
Okay, it pleases you. Yeah, sure. That's fair. All right, so we've got Trash Skulk and
Yeah,
Bulk
I
Ironmonger.
agree.
Yeah, I
And
think I
we'll
do
crush
too.
the Skulk too.
All right, so Yuri so far is has forgone trashing, but has 6 coins this turn, so could be a good turn to do some infirmary stuff.
Mhm.
Also, you got the Overgrown Estate in hand, which makes it better.
Yep, yep, yep. But do you pick up the Ironmonger to fish for more things to trash?
Uh, hmm.
Or do you not want to trigger the shuffle?
Well, so Yuri does have another Quartermaster, but it's in the discard pile. So you don't have to worry about drawing that dead. Yeah, like if you pick up the Ironmonger, it gets you. Yeah, the extra card might mean an extra trash.
Ooh,
Interesting.
very
It's still
beautiful.
pretty good trash.
Yeah.
I mean, if Yuri was tracking that and knew that those were the remaining cards,
Which you have to assume that they
yes,
did.
then you know that you only have, like, if you're not triggering a shuffle, you know you only have those. Well, I mean, you would have liked to trash the Necropolis, I guess. So yeah, I think you probably still should pick up the Ironmonger there.
No, for sure.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Oh,
Rip.
yes. Unlucky.
You could buy another infirmary.
Mm,
Not sure how I feel about that.
so you draw 4 cards. There are
Well,
2 coppers.
I wouldn't play all of the coppers if I were going to do that. I would hold one back.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, because there's only 2 coppers left in the
Yeah, but I don't think I would buy infirmary at all. In fact, I was just saying you could.
so what would you buy?
Uh maybe Bizarre, another
Mhm.
Quartermaster. Okay. I mean, Quartermaster is really good.
Yeah.
It's hard to fault that too much.
Yeah. And on the Ironmongers,
Yeah,
all of them.
yeah, which is definitely nice here. Like you're gonna um like I think they're gonna stay good. Gaining the 5 costs, like the 5 cost villages, is expensive. Um, Getting your plus actions from Ironmonger seems a lot cheaper. Friendly war. Hmm. Unclear. so many iron or so many quartermasters. So many
Mm-hmm.
ironmongers too, but much more so many quartermasters.
Yeah, yeah. It's gonna be nice for whoever has the city soon.
Yeah, I mean, eventually you're gonna have to take cities just because this is happening, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gotta make sure you're defended against those skulks with these moats.
Very important.
Yeah, no concern about cities. Just pile those ironmongers. I mean, it makes sense.
I mean, you can't gain a city with the quartermaster.
No,
So.
and like for Yuri, it's like, oh, I get to activate this city. It's
Exactly.
if
Yeah.
anybody should have been worried about it, it was BitterWurmcoil, but I don't know that it's important
But
enough
then
to.
again, you also don't want like to just concede all the ironmongers
Right,
or like
right.
cede all the ironmongers to your opponent. So yeah, difficult position there.
I mean, she could have stuck with a single ironmonger instead of two, but whatever. Actually, Yuri could
No,
have just taken
because
three
Yuri has.
quarter or three ironmongers
Yeah,
anyway.
exactly. Exactly. So isn't this just Skulk? What are we?
Isn't
What are
this?
we thinking?
Oh, to play.
Yeah. So scare.
I mean, I guess if you wanted to play the infirmary, you might have wanted to play the moat instead of the skulk. But obviously, getting the plus pi is pretty valuable. I think this does make more sense. Do you take two cities? Do
Two
you need the
cities.
draw, or would you rather have some
Well,
payload? I guess you do take the cities
no.
because you can always take
Yes,
skulks and
yes,
you get
yes,
the
yes, yes.
golds. Yeah.
Yes, 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 yes. City, city, city.
What? Okay. Yeah, the skull quartermaster for skulk thing is not something I think I've actually seen before, but it's actually a pretty nice way to add payload. And presumably Bitter Wormcoil should do the same thing.
Do what?
Double city.
Hmm. Are we at all concerned with trashing those coppers?
Yes, but I mean if you get the extra actions next turn,
Mm-hmm.
then you'll be able to play your infirmary.
Mm-hmm. We have Akko's blessing.
So the tricky thing here is going to be like you're going to want to actually like have more plus buy, right? So you're going to need to potentially like pick up some skulks or like take and then pick up some farmers markets or something like that. It's pretty slow.
Mm-hmm.
Yuri this turn just takes 3 ironmongers. Maybe Yuri is just planning to try to like double province this turn. I don't know if they have quite that much money in their deck. It might depend on ironmonger hits.
Well, we're pretty close.
Surely,
One hit would have sufficed.
surely trash Necropolis, right? You don't need that. Oh, Yuri has 2 skulks in the deck. I didn't realize that. That changes things. Yeah, Bitter Wormcoil only has the one. Wait, is but one on the mat. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
okay. So she can get a third buy this turn too. That's good. But yeah, with a third buy already available, I think that like I make this approach makes more sense to me. Although I still would have liked to gain like one, I don't know, skulk or farmer's market or pawn or something with a quartermaster like that was available to me next turn. I guess it's possible that Yuri's also just going to pivot to the states next turn. with the quartermasters. And in which case, like, you might as well pick everything up now because adding actions isn't going to do anything if you're using them to gain estates anyway.
It's true.
Oh snap.
Oh snap.
You know what you could do is you could ritual golds. And then like, well, you can't do it in this order, but you could windfall, get more gold, and then you could ritual the golds you already have so that you can ritual, and then like the next turn you can ritual the golds from windfall. Amazing.
Wow.
If only you could play infirmary after playing or after buying ritual so that you could trash the curses immediately.
Okay, are we pausing here because we may or may not want to trash 6 coppers?
Surely not. I'm wondering if Triple City is like, is there a line where that loses? I don't think so. Not quite. Because BitterWurmcoil can't gain mid-turn gain cities to activate them for plus buy. And if you should take 3 motes, with only 3 buys, you can't get 2 cities and 2 motes. So it should be safe. And then like you've got a ton of draw, and you can do more like skull stuff and just like triple province.
Yeah, so Yuri came to the same conclusion.
Yeah. 15 coins. Yeah, if you take 3 skulks, you can get to 24. And that's assuming there isn't some pileout that you can get. I guess.
Well, are you with moats and cities? Maybe.
I mean, there's not. BitterWurmcoil would have to lower. Like, there's not really.
I mean, right now.
Oh wait, actually, right now, well, not
because
for a
she
win.
did lower.
Not for a win, but for a tie.
Yeah. Well, not for her, but for Yuri.
No, but like, if Yuri takes 3 motes, Yuri only has 3 buys still. So.
Oh, okay.
So it would be a tie, and that's assuming BitterWurmcoil doesn't take any points.
Which surely she is going to.
It seems likely. Rip Skulk attacks.
Oh yeah, I mean.
Ruin Market, let's go. So BitterWurmcoil has 16 coins. Could just double province. I do wonder about taking. Like, does BitterWurmcoil need more money? Does BitterWurmcoil need to be able to threaten triple? Like, I guess the problem is if BitterWurmcoil takes like 1 province this turn and then Yuri triples, it's not like she can quad, so
no, but like next turn she could gain more skulks and more golds. Like she can gain another province basically if she draws.
Oh, she did gain a skulk this turn, so she will have an extra buy next turn. So that helps. Sorry, what were you saying?
I was saying like she can buy another She can basically, like, gain enough money to get to be able to triple.
Triple,
But
yes.
she can't have yeah,
The
she can't have
problem
money
is
and die. Yeah.
the problem is if Yuri gets enough money to triple, and BitterWurmcoil gets enough money to triple, that doesn't really help her. Like, right? If she has 0 to 1 provinces and she triple and Yuri triples and then she triples in response, she just is probably going to lose.
No, but if she doubles.
Doubles now.
Yeah.
So you're saying she doubles now and then, but how does she gain enough money to triple next turn? There won't be enough skulks left.
Why not?
Because Yuri can gain 3 skulks to triple.
Oh, I see. That was factored into your plan.
Well, at some point it was.
Mm.
I've been operating on the assumption that Yuri like takes 3 skulks to try to triple. So
Mm.
yeah, so what I was thinking about was we trash a copper and we windfall. And the windfall gets us enough money to triple next turn. But I'm just worried about the fact that like is tripling next turn even good enough? It just seems like it might be too slow. If Yuri triples, then I don't know. I feel like BitterWurmcoil is just like in a bind, kind of regardless. Which then makes
Okay.
me think about I think Yuri is likely to triple back to back. I don't know. Yuri has like
Has much draw.
yeah, has 6 cities and 4 moats. And a bunch of ironmongers.
Oh, and falling. But no
Yeah, I
city.
mean, I think I can definitely see the argument for the city just because, it, like, how are you getting enough draw? But
Mm-hmm.
Yuri, yeah, and Yuri will have an ironmonger to pick up next turn, right? This turn, we'll need to leave it set aside in order to gain the 3 skulks, but next turn can pick up an ironmonger to increase draw a little bit. I mean, I guess it's adding this. No, wait, the skulks are going to be on the quartermaster mat. Yeah, you don't even have to draw through those. Yeah. I don't know. I think Yuri can triple twice. Oh, but isn't
Oh,
going for it. That's surprising to me. I think I would have
curious.
preferred the triple line as Yuri. Like it just seems like it puts you in a really strong position, whereas the double does not so much. Like now it's all significantly more envious. Oh, that is brutal. Oh, that is absolutely brutal.
Yeah, but a Wormcoil has not been lucky with the modes.
Well, that's Yuri
Whereas
does have
Yurika
more
has
moats,
been.
but
Oh, one more.
wait, is there why Bitter Wormcrawl only had 2 moats, right? Why does Yuri only have 3? I'm confused. Does Bitter Wormcrawl have one set aside? Okay,
Yeah.
I missed that. All right,
Yes.
all right. Overestimated Yuri's draw a little bit. Well, um,
Yeah, so this basically
I mean,
seals it, I guess, for Yuri.
yeah, probably. I mean, I would have preferred to go for the triple now, but I think the envious makes it way less likely to matter. That's
Yeah.
just pretty disgusting. All right, so
Do you think single province will be enough for Yuri here? And then what? Like, you can't really touch skulks or moats.
You you can, so long as you take a points lead. Oh no, wait, BitterWurmcoil did gain a
Sure.
pawn. Never mind. And also has a skulk set aside. Never mind. Okay, yeah, I take it back. No, you just okay. I think you gotta just go ahead and. Well, I mean, BitterWurmcoil is not going to have a lot of money.
Yeah.
I mean, so if you trash copper here, you still have 18 coins. How are you taking double plus city as Yuri? I guess if you'd take another skulk or something. Um. This is actually still a little bit awkward. I guess the question is, should Yuri still try to build payload to reach for triple, or is it not worth it at this point? Because like you could windfall.
Can't you just double province and take a pawn?
Yeah, you could do that. I was thinking about that. Um, you could go like Windfall City province. But do you have any plus buy set aside? You do. Okay. This looks like Yuri's considering ritual. I think ritual is what BitterWurmcoil should be looking at this turn. I wouldn't have bothered with it as Yuri because Bazaar over City. Is there some way
Bizarre.
that BitterWurmcoil could pile out?
It's a bizarre.
I mean, Bazaar does give you more payload if that matters. I don't think it matters. Like you had 18 coins, you added 9, you're at 27. Needed 28 doesn't seem super important. Maybe there's some reason it would matter. Oh no,
Or
wait, you did trash a gold, but that means you're
bizarre.
at 24 to 25. Yeah, I don't know.
Or bizarre homophones.
Those are bizarre and bizarre homophones. Yes. How bizarre.
Very bizarre.
But yeah, with the envious, I don't feel like there was a risk of a pileout with or a winning pileout for BitterWurmcoil taking like if you take the city as Yuri.
I agree. I guess it's okay to try and be safe. I don't know.
You take 3 moats as BitterWurmcoil, and you need to buy city moat duchy or city moat estate or city moat ritual. Getting city moat with golds being worth 1 coin seems really tough. But I don't know, maybe there's a way.
We will see. All right. And now we can start our turn.
We haven't used the third quartermaster.
No, we have.
Oh, you're right. Okay. It's like and Skulk in hand quartermaster, but they're different quartermasters. Anyway, I take the Skulk. Yeah. I think I'm with Aku. I would rather sort of have the draw for next turn, as it were. I mean, it's not exactly draw, but it's like not draw.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's time for BitterWurmcoil to give out Envious. Good luck with that. Like, I think that's like mechanically impossible, even if the hex draw pile had turned over, because you don't actually return the state until it. Like, I think if you turn over Envious, like you can. I think you can see Envious, but Envy is just like Well, I forget which one. Is envy the hex and envious the state? I mean, that would make sense. So I think you can trigger envy, but it won't do anything. Yeah, and delusion is also locked out. Yeah. All players can have envious at the same time. What? Really?
Oh, look at that. That was a good decision.
Envy doesn't stay out, but it says that it like not envy, but envious like is like says like you return it later. Is it just because there's multiple copies? Is it like you can't be envious and deluded at the same time, but there's
Yeah, there's
you
so,
each,
like, if you play IRL, you have multiple copies of the states.
but
That's
you
true.
can't, but you can only have one copy of them like per player.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But,
Okay,
like, one of you
okay,
can be envious and the other can be deluded.
okay. So it is possible. Well,
Yeah.
news to me. Still
Isn't
short
it
in action
great
here,
that we
though.
can all still learn new things?
No, it's terrible.
Thanks to DZ. Okay. No thanks to DZ then.
No, I didn't say that. I just said it's terrible. Who wants to learn things? Ugh, awful.
Not me, not
Um.
me.
Anyway,
So,
we still didn't have enough actions to play the
11
skulk, so not that was
11 money. But, like,
like.
two skulks are fine.
Well, yeah, but the point is the other one could have just sat on the mat and we could have gained another card. Like an
Sure.
estate.
But do we know that? We didn't. We could
No,
have,
the
like,
ironmongers could have hit
yeah.
actions.
So, yeah.
Haku knew it though.
Of
Haku
course.
saw into the heart of the cards and knew.
That's true.
I mean, I agree with his thought process, regardless of. Oh,
Ooh,
okay. You know, I
that's
hadn't.
helpful.
Oh,
Yes, here we
okay. There you go.
go.
I will say I didn't account for. Yeah, so Yuri probably right to play this carefully because I did not account
Yeah.
for the
Yep. Yep.
the miserable that could have potentially swung the game if Yuri had lowered enough. Although BitterWurmcoil
Yep.
only generated like 10 coins, so also maybe not. But
Mm-hmm.
oh wait, no,
Okay.
I was talking about Yuri taking a city and leaving one city left, and then I did the math as if there were two cities left. So I think I was doing the math wrong. And yeah, I think Yuri was correct to not take a city.
Well, this is certainly an interesting mid to end game here.
Yeah, yeah, has not gone the way I expected.
Not
And I
at
guess
all,
that
no.
might be one of the arguments against like planning around triple is like that this is a risk. I mean, but it was unlikely that Bitter Wormcoil would actually hit back with it. But by the time Bitter Wormcoil got hit with it, it was actually quite likely. I mean, I wasn't tracking that, but I don't know if the players were, but it was like there wasn't a lot
Oh, right, there was only
left
one hex left, I think.
after going into Bitter Wormcoil's turn. Yeah, there was only one left, so the odds
Yeah.
of Bitter Wormcoil getting hit with that were actually quite high. So now Yuri is down substantially in points and is
Yes.
envious.
Yes.
Um, which makes me feel like it might not actually be safe for Yuri to lower estates.
Yep, I agree. Not like lower anything?
I mean, you
I
can
don't
take
know.
farmers markets if nothing else. Like that's
Oh, sure. No, I mean, like, between Skulk mode and estate.
yeah, or pawns. Yeah. Yeah.
Pawns, I think, are fine, but
Yes, pawns should be fine. I mean, pawns are guaranteed to be fine for the first two, like because it
yeah.
can't make the pile situation any worse than moat estate.
There are
Um,
12 hexes.
12 hexes, 12 boons. So 16 apparently. Yeah. D.G has
Yeah,
some
so that's
trouble with that.
what it says. What it says for me as well.
Yeah, it happens all the time. Um, Even if there were
Yeah.
16, it should say fewer than 16 because we've already seen some of them. So
I mean, that means there are 17 hexes. That's what that means.
yeah,
Mhm.
apparently. Um, I think as Yuri, I like just taking a bunch of pawns because it's draw the turn that you take them off the mat, if nothing else.
Do you pick up your Ironmonger? Do you pick up your Skulk?
Uh, well, that's a good point. I think you might as well pick up the Ironmonger because if you take like unless you're going to take like, one estate with that quartermaster, there's no point at this. Well, maybe I shouldn't say no point. The game could last long enough, but it's unlikely to last long enough that adding like having two actions that you potentially want to pick up is relevant. Like between the number of turns potentially left like being low enough that like you pick up one thing and then the game ends, and the fact that you might want to grab estates at some point, it's like probably not really worth banking two actions. But with that one, I think I would either take estate or pick up the Ironmonger. But I don't think I would pick up the Skulk. I would just grab pawns with the other two probably.
Yuri having a long and hard think about what to do here.
Like, wait, what?
Wait, what?
Um,
What happened?
what did happen? Make resign?
Oh, that would be so bad. What would happen?
It's like the game. What you? I mean, you got to reload it, don't you? You can't just like BitterWurmcoil is ready. I don't know. Maybe that's an interface thing, but like you can't just.
Well, surely she didn't. Oh.
Yeah, it just says the game has ended. It doesn't say like resignation or anything. It's like, what? I've never seen that.
Oh no, Steph! What happened?
Staff, please
Help!
fix.
Steph! Oh, Steph is not in voice chat anymore.
Oh
Uh,
no.
oh no.
Yes, my recording got that.
Yeah. Ay, ay, ay.
Such as there was anything to get from it. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Steph is having a heart attack.
The game has ended.
Ended.
Bye.
Bye. Okay. So
Wait, I'm the
what
table host
happened?
now. Oh no.
You
I
are
don't
listed at
I don't
specs though.
need this responsibility.
Well, leave the table, my love. It's
but then
very
but then it will just switch to somebody else.
That's okay. I'm pretty sure that we're just gonna make a new table.
Ah, that's possible. But we should get the game ID.
This has been
All
a very exciting match. Very eventful match.
certainly has. Now Tufta is the table host. I wonder if they're talking in.
There's no way for us to find out.
Can't load the game ID. Yeah, it's apparently the game is unloadable.
Oh no.
Steph is the table host. Surely Steph can let us load this game ID.
Is BitterWurmcoil logged in? I don't see her.
I do.
Oh, I
Man,
see her now. Yeah, okay.
I think that endgame was proving to be quite interesting too. I wanted to see how it was going to play out.
Yeah, so what's happening now?
They're talking in the division channel. Um, they can't. Yeah, they can't load the game ID. I guess they're gonna have to just start a new game.
Oh, that's so unfortunate.
How do I see into the division channels?
You have to be a
Apply to be
moderator.
a league mod. Yeah. Or become a Discord mod, I guess.
That's probably even hard. I was gonna say even harder. I don't actually know if it's like particularly difficult to become a league mod.
It's incredibly difficult. I don't know what you mean. We put all of our candidates
Oh,
through an
getting to
arduous
A.
process.
Getting to A is actually like a very good, like the easiest way probably to be able to see
Well,
into the A division
yeah, if
channel.
you want to see that one in particular, it's not going to let you see all the division channels.
How can you recreate the game state?
You can't.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. That's like, no. Not possible. I mean, if you given enough time, it is possible that you could recreate it to the point where it had all the information that was available to the players mutually. But it would take, like, the amount of time that would take would be absolutely insane, right? Because you'd have to like keep retrying the kingdom over and over until you manage to navigate it along the right path. Like, it would be like one of those like takes until the heat death of the universe kind of situation. I mean,
Mm.
if you had physical cards, like, you could do it easily enough. But in the client, forget it. Do you have a Eureka? Did you have a clear win there? Uh that's I. If Eureka had a clear win, that sure wasn't apparent to me. Like,
No.
it wasn't. The piles weren't particularly close to emptying. Bitter Wormcoil had a significant points lead, and Eureka was envious. Like, I don't see how it could have possibly been a clear win. I under other circumstances, I might say like if Bitter Wormcoil feels that way, then it's like probably fine to just like say yeah, okay, sure. But um, this has championship implications.
What I'm not following. Like you're reading the division channel right now?
Yeah,
And they're talking about Bitter Wormcoil is just like talking about seeding the game?
I guess so.
Okay.
Bitter Wormcoil said, "Okay, yurikamome, did you have a clear win there? I think it was close from my view." I
I don't think so at all. Like with that envious.
I don't. Yeah, I don't understand how Eureka gets like 2 provinces worth of points and
No.
either 2 cities and 4 2 costs, or like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, you
Maybe
could
she's
empty
just
one of those piles easily enough, more or less, with quartermaster, but two
maybe she's just
cities.
done right now. Like this has been a very anstrengend match. This has been very anstrengend, I assume, for a player.
Yeah,
The situation. So
yeah, but the
maybe
problem is you can't like like basically per the league rules. Like, if you wanted to say like we'll play this game later, like, that's fine, of course.
well, you better call their moderator then.
Salt Rosa, get on the case. Um,
Is she here?
I don't think so.
Oh, too bad. That was a really cool game.
Yeah, this it's just bizarre that like what triggered that? Like normally,
Yeah, I've never seen this before.
yeah, it's like one thing if I don't know, both players disconnect or
Mm-hmm.
like there's like a forced resign or something like that. The game just ended like yeah, I don't know. It's like somehow BitterWurmcoil would have needed to know to resign out of the game or something to save it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Meanwhile, I'm
well,
trying to figure out what your bracket is so that I can make sure to mod a different bracket.
so yeah, Tracer has said there was a somewhat high dud chance from the starting hand, which is true that Eureka had like a city but like nothing else draw wise.
Where
Um
is Tracer saying that?
in the division channel. So they're
Okay.
uh I think they're agreeing that BitterWurmcoil, or sorry, that Eureka did not have a guaranteed win, which I think. I mean, I'm still. I don't know. Maybe this is just the A players being smarter than me, but I don't know what it would have been anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe there's a line where you ritual twice, which costs one less coin than a province. Well, more or less than that because of the envious, but ritual twice. Does that even give you enough points though? I'm not sure that it did. That's only 5 points per, and uh, Bitter Wormcoil was up like 15-6.
No, 16 to 5.
16-5, yeah. And so like even if you trash a curse, you take 10 points. Uh and that's only a tie. Yeah, I don't know. All right, well, we're on a new board. So
Oh, we are?
we are. Everyone get in here.
Aw, I'm sad.
You're sad about the previous game? Yeah.
Yeah. Does it say message? Is Spectred on for you? Does it say?
It does. And now
Alright.
it's off. All right, so
Amazing. Be the change you want to see in the world. Fascinating.
there's no change on
We
this board
have
though.
Daimyo! Whee! New
So
card.
Daimyo Bridge at that, but
Daimyo Bridge.
no thinning.
Ooh.
Yeah, pretty awkward. Like I think in theory the way that you get this to work is you get one bridge, you get daimyos, and you get minions, and you can like play your daimyos. No, wait, no, that doesn't work because the
No.
daimyos are going to eat the. Ah,
Yeah. Yeah. I would also like to do farmhands. Yes, yes, yes.
Farmhand's emissary, yeah. Astrologers is top decking, which I guess in theory, if you build up enough tokens with that, which you can with emissary because it gives you two,
Then you can just top deck your 10 daimyos
and
and
your
one
bridge.
bridge.
I don't think you need 10.
No, I think you do. You need all of the
You have to play
daimyos.
11 bridges so that you can
I'm
buy
pretty sure you do. Yes.
buy all of the colonies for 0 coins.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm. All the 8 colonies that are present in this kingdom.
So in light of this, how do we feel about adding a jack to our deck?
I mean, we already have.
Well,
Or you want to know how we feel about this?
yeah, I mean, also Yuri has some,
Okay.
but like the thing about Jack, like turning estates into
I'm
silvers,
just like giving up on life.
well, it is an improvement, but it's not a big improvement. And you're gonna have situations where you see the Jack, and then you don't play it because you don't want the silver. I
I
guess
like
the
this as an inspirational quote. I wanna, like, print this or, like, have it somewhere, like, on my wall.
Jack helps activate emissary. That's true. So does minion. Although it's potentially trickier. I don't know. I guess I feel like maybe turning estates into silvers is not that important here, and maybe yeah, maybe just opening bridge is better. And now like if I'm if I had that hand as uh Eureka, although it wouldn't really make sense to have a 3 coin hand where there was nothing you wanted to buy with bridge in play. But like putting that aside, I guess I'd be fine buying a Daimyo because it's like, well, Daimyo's good in my deck. But for BitterWurmcoil, it's like the only action I have in my deck is a Jack. Like Daimyo isn't good.
Mhm.
So yeah, I think I'm down on the Jack.
That was helpful.
Yeah, there's a bridge down there. Do you just cycle to it?
What
You've
else is
seen
there? You've seen all of your
you've seen all
estates?
of your estates, yeah. So you got bridge 3 copper. Well, that's got to be better, right?
Presumably.
Uh, yeah. Well, it's yeah. It should be just better because you're cycling.
Well, Utica disagrees.
Yeah, it's a little surprising to me. I mean, I guess. Oh no, I was gonna say if you still had your astrologer's token, then I would feel better about just like leave the bridge on top and then top deck like a daimyo or a minion or something. Well, not the minion. That wouldn't make sense, but the daimyo. But hmm. Oh, maybe the thought was you're likely to get minioned, but then like now the bridge isn't in your shuffle. I don't know.
Ooh.
This is like that's actually like a little bit awkward though because you just discarded all that junk into your shuffle. Would have ideally
Mhm.
not had to do that.
Mhm.
I mean, it's not terrible. You just take another daimyo here.
I would think so.
Yeah, I guess the bridge is you already have seen the bridge, so it doesn't really hurt. So neither player going for the emissary stuff. Oh, here we go again. Maybe you will see the bridge.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yes, here we are. Nice.
Well, yeah, except because you bought that Daimyo, it's not nearly as good.
True.
Like,
And, like, your next hand? Do you have a
yeah, your
minion,
next hand's
another
probably getting
minion?
pitched anyway.
True.
I
Yeah.
guess it's probably fine. Oh, okay, so this time we didn't take a Daimyo. Interesting.
Oof.
Ooh.
Okay.
Now we wish we had, so we could just pay off debt.
Yeah.
I mean, like you can buy another 4. It's not bad, but to get another 4, but
Or buy another Daimyo.
yeah, that too. But if you're gonna do that, you might as well have had it in your shuffle already and have more debt paid off.
Mhm.
Well, no, I guess it's the same amount of debt because I think they had 0 coins left over. But yeah, still. I would, yeah, I would have liked to see whether the farmhands emissary thing like would have worked out here.
Oh,
Ooh.
beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah, it doesn't want to trigger the shuffle, understandably.
Mm-hmm. Oh, rough.
You just Daimyo the bridge here, or do you want to cycle through those cards? Like, I guess you are pretty likely to get attacked. Hmm. But no. Okay. Wait, there's not another bridge, right?
No.
Okay.
But you can farmhands a Daimyo.
That's true. That is really nice. Maybe now is the time when you take like one emissary. I don't know. I mean, you're gonna take. Well, you only have 3 buys. Hmm. I wouldn't necessarily be worried about gaining more bridges, right? Because you can daimyo the bridges, at least in theory. It's like
You could
maybe
gain one bridge and another Daimyo.
I'm thinking about emissary daimyo.
Hmm.
Kiln. That I did not expect.
No.
Kiln is good for like gaining more. No, wait, no. Kiln
Oh.
can't gain daimyos, right? Because it's like you just gain more kilns.
Ah, but a Wormcoil is having a rough
Oh,
couple draws.
or no, wait. You can daimyo if you play the kiln before the daimyo. You do gain daimyo. Never mind. Okay.
Let's see if Bitter Wormcoil can draw a minion to get out of this misery.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I think Yuri won the minion split pretty heavily.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's like the main problem BitterWurmcoil has been running into. I'm not exactly sure why. They were playing pretty fast. It's hard for me to track why that was happening, but
Might be because of the jack.
it could. I don't really see why it would be, but it's more like the jack meant that BitterWurmcoil got a bridge later. BitterWurmcoil also
Aren't
had a
we?
really bad turn 3.
Okay. Yeah.
What were you saying?
No. I was saying, like, aren't we farmhandsing the bridge here?
Ah,
But I guess we also might want to gain another Daimyo. That's a holdup.
wait, why did we not just play the bridge? I mean, I don't know. Maybe farmhandsing it is better, but
Oh, you're right, because that Daimyo. Huh. Yeah, interesting.
I
Unclear.
guess if you didn't want stuff, I don't know. I'm a bit confused.
I mean, Dominion is not known for having you want stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, there we go. But do we discard this bridge?
I think
We
you have
do.
to.
Mm.
Your turn is just not good enough. You don't.
Mm-hmm.
Here, I think I want to double
You
play
could
the
Daimyo the
bridge.
bridge and then
Yeah.
draw on. Well,
This jack.
it's
If
a
only it was a bridge.
bad jack, yeah.
Ugh. Are we
That's not gonna. Is that no? Why? That's not.
Well, it does
Oh
respond
well,
well to the
if
minion
you're being
attack.
attacked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Smithy. Okay. So we get a little bit of terminal draw. Killing the Daimyo? Or is that lowering piles too much? Can you just win here?
Maybe. I don't know. How many bridges does Yurika have?
Either 2 or 3, but like there's also the Daimyos to consider.
I mean, hmm.
If it's 2, then we're not winning this turn. That seems clear. It's not. Oh, it's
Whoa.
3. Okay.
Wow.
Wait, what?
Wild.
Oh, okay. Okay, okay.
Yeah, no. We're good. We're good. We're good.
I don't
All
know. I
right.
guess I would click on the bridges first, and so I saw the province. I was like, oh no, you're just gonna buy
Yeah,
provinces
yeah,
and
yeah.
not. No, but no.
So that was an unfortunate turn of events for BitterWurmcoil because it wasn't at all clear that she would have lost the previous game that
Yeah,
is now lost to history.
yeah,
But now
agreed. I mean,
she loses 2-4, which means Yurika and Mick go into the championship match with the same score.
ooh, but Mick.
Mhm.
Sorry, who holds the tiebreaker? Yuri holds the tiebreaker.
That is true.
Yeah. Uh, so Yuri will need to win 3, and Mick will need to win 3.5.
Yes. So is
Yeah,
that, and that is, like, I think that's exactly a repeat of last season's championship match.
like including the relative standings.
I think so.
Wow.
Oh, what do you mean the relative standings?
Like
I
that they
think
were
it was the
tied, but
same. I may misremember. I don't know, but it's definitely been Utica and Mick last season too.
unfortunately, there's no way for us to know.
No, none at all.
Um,
Oh no, Mick was favored the last season.
oh yeah.
But yeah, so third consecutive time for
Oh, okay, fun
Utica
season.
in the championship. Congratulations.
Yeah.
And Bit of Wormcoil sadly demoting back down to B. But since Furcoat is going to promote, that means there's still some non-male
mm.
player representation in A division. So that's good. Um, and those are my closing thoughts.
Yeah. I think Bitter Worm Coil was. Or I think Yuri was still favored to win that other game, so I don't think
Okay.
ultimately this probably changed the results. But the fact that I don't know. I mean, well, she had a better than 0% chance to win, so it might have.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just would have liked to see how that played out. It was
Oh,
really going in a
absolutely.
different direction than I expected. I mean,
Yeah.
this board was interesting too, but I would have liked to see the the emissary stuff and see how that would have competed against Minion. Um,
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I definitely wouldn't rule out the possibility that it would just lose, but you know, would be good to get the
Yeah.
information.
Well, good luck to Aku for the rest of your match that is coming up now, I guess.
Now, oh, okay, well, we got
Mhm.
to stop recording so that we can check that out. Maybe.
Oh no, it's not now. It's in 40 minutes. Okay.
Oh well, tons of time.
Anyway, yeah, that was some cool games there. And
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, so at this point, Aku um
Needs one more
could
win
still,
over
yeah,
Sarah.
needs half a win. Yeah, could still end up in
Half a win.
in a tiebreaker with Sirisk
Yeah.
to determine demotion, but is in
Yeah.
a strong spot to avoid that.
Mhm.
And yeah, I yeah, I having gone through a couple of those kinds of things myself, definitely something that you want to avoid if you can.
Mhm.
But anyway, I guess we're
That was
probably
it.
done here.
Yes. Thanks everyone for watching and spectating with us and listening to us.
Yep.
Thank you for providing insightful commentary.
You're welcome, and thank you for providing additional insightful commentary. All right. Well, this time the game has truly ended.
Bye.